And now from the Tech Center, here's Katie Osborne.
Welcome to Power Nation, and thanks so much for joining us on our brand new block of tech. Plus, it's the debut of Jeremy and Eliza on our new show, XOR. And Gannon's on the road with our featured shop of the week.
What's up, Katie? No, I didn't go back in time. I'm in Milestone Paint and Body in Mount Juliet, Tennessee, and in a little bit, I'm gonna take you inside this awesome garage.
Looking forward to that, Gannon. Plus, here's what our shops have for you this week. It's all new. Engine Power has Surf and Turf, a Glencoe jet boat, and a split bumper Camaro. On XOR, Jeremy and Eliza tear into their Overland Scout project. On Truck Tech, our Model A begins its transformation into a modern-day street rod. And on Detroit Muscle, the guys pay off our Caddy CTSV. Lots going on, so let's get started with Engine Power. Let's check in with Gannon, who's at Milestone Paint and Body with owner Jacob Miles. Gannon, what you got?
Hey, Katie, I'm next door at the mechanic shop where everything goes together, and there is $45,000 in chrome sitting on this table. Jacob, what are you doing with all this chrome?
Well, I hope when we get done with it, it turned out to be a 2004 GMC truck.
So what else has got going on here?
And we've chromed everything from the calipers to the rotor hats to leaf springs to the cross members, spindles. I mean, we like to refer to this job as hashtag chrome it all.
Chrome it all. So you got the chrome. What about the power under the hood?
Well, it's a good question. We got it right here. It's a 2010 Duramax with an Allison transmission swap. This is a dual turbo setup. We still have some more chroming and paint to do to this, but I can't wait to see it displayed at SEMA.
There you go. Awesome. Well, if you guys are going to be at SEMA, be sure to keep an eye out for this truck. Back to you, Katie, in the studio.
Thanks, Gannon. Whoa, that's a lot of chrome. We look forward to seeing that truck at SEMA. All right, it's now time to get back to the show. We're thrilled for you to meet Jeremy and Eliza, hosts of our new off-road show, XOR.
Power Nation is brought to you by RockAuto.com. Buy parts for your daily driver or classic car at reliably low prices.
Let's go ahead and check in with Gannon, who's at Milestone Paint and Body with owner Jacob Miles, who has one pretty cool story. Gannon?
Hey, Katie, so this is how it all went down. Jacob left the Navy. He then went to diesel mechanic school, and then instead of going and working for somebody else, he decided, hey, I'm gonna start my own shop. 15 years later, he now has a shop that's 8,000 square foot.
So I've always been around antiques or vintage items. So we've had the gas pumps and the Texaco signs, and we designed the shop to represent the old vintage gas station front when you pull in, but then incorporate it with the modern technology. We don't just do vintage muscle cars. We do everything from power additives to diesel performance to muscle cars to classic cars to SEMA builds. One of my favorites has got to be the 66 Corvette. It's because of the sentimental value of my dad. But we did with the Milestone twist, with nickel plating a lot of the engine, doing some custom paint work on the valve covers and air cleaner. I got 640 hours just in the body lines. Another one we done, it was a 1972 Camaro, Randy Owen from Alabama. I mean, that was his first car that he's ever bought. Hey, that was a full restoration on it. A 1925 Dodge Brothers. That was the very first ever kind of a build that was that caliber of a car. A lot of nickel plating, a lot of making some body panels.
Katie, this shop has just got a lot of cool stuff going on, cars coming and going, but it also has a flair for nostalgia, and the vibe here is just really cool.
Such an awesome shop. Thanks, Gannon. All right, it's time now to get back to XOR. Pickups still outsell cars, so let's send it on over to Truck Tech.
Power Nation is powered by Prestone, the #1 branded consumer choice for antifreeze, brake, and power steering fluid.
Let's check back in with Gannon to see what Milestone Paint and Body is working on right now. Gannon?
That's right, Katie. I'm hanging out with Jacob Miles and his latest creation. It's a 1950 Studebaker Starlight Coupe that you like to call Limestone, right?
That's right, man. This thing is powered by a 572. We got these custom-made valve covers I was just installing. EVOD Industries has custom-made these bullet nose and the limestone script that was designed by Anthony Ross Tyler. March pulley system also made me an all-black kit. We highlighted it with the green. touch of the paint. Dakota Digital has custom made us some gauges. It's on AccuAir. We made 2 inch body drops on the side to give it that lower profile, made some custom rockers with a side exhaust. And to finish it off, Nitrous Express will be purging out of here in the green LEDs right out of the bullet. Nobody really enjoys body work, but for hand blocking a vehicle that takes you hours on days and weeks, it doesn't happen overnight. You see the car and the panels through your hands. You don't actually see it with your eyes. You feel see with your hands.
Check this out, Katie. Chip Foose did his own illustration of the Studebaker that's called Limestone. Also coming up, Chip Foose and Jacob had a chance to catch up on the Woodward Dream Cruise and talk painting.
Sounds good, Gannon. All right, it's time now to get back to Truck Tech.
Power Nation is brought to you by EBC Brakes. Step up from stock and stop quicker with EBC Brakes.
You can find all of the automotive news and videos you want on Power Nation Daily right at our website at powernationtv.com. And now it's time to get back to the show. All right, my friends, Mark and Tommy are up next with today's all-new episode of Detroit Muscle.
Power Nation is brought to you by rockauto.com. All the parts your car will ever need.
Well, Gannon's at a shop where all kinds of builds are going on.
Hey, that's right, Katie. There are vehicles in all stages of the build process, and just recently, Jacob was invited to an elite paint exhibition.
It was a big honor for me to be invited to the 3M PPS World Cup event at Woodward Dream Cruise to display and demo their new 2.0 PPS cups. There was 10 of us total that were invited, 2 of them from Germany, 1 from Australia, 2 from Canada, and I was one of the lucky 5 from the US. Now, we painted some hoods. Each of us got to do their own demonstration of what we might create in our mind to support the classic car culture.
Also in attendance was Chip Foose, everyone's favorite car guy who Jacob got to spend some time with.
But I did pick his brain and talk to him about the Studebaker. In about a minute, he hand drew me out the 1950 Studebaker limestone build that we're doing. So it was really neat. He's himself. He don't have to be in front of the camera and be somebody that he's not. He is truly a humble guy.
So how cool is that? You get to hang out with 10 friends from around the world and teach each other new techniques while also catching up with Chip Foose. Sounds like a fun time to me. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Gannon. And now it's time to get back to the show. Thanks for checking out Power Nation. I'm your host, Katie Osborne. Well, this week, Gannon joins me on location from Milestone Paint and Body in Lebanon, Tennessee. We'll see what they're wrenching on. Plus, we have this all-new lineup of tech from our shops. Engine Power has Surf and Turf, a Glencoe jet boat, and a split bumper Camaro. On XOR, Jeremy and Eliza tear into their Overland Scout project. On Truck Tech, our Model A begins its transformation into a modern-day street rod. And on Detroit Muscle, the guys pay off our Caddy CTSV. Well, that's what's on Power Nation this week, and remember to check out Power Nation Daily on our website at powernationtv.com. Well, as we close up shop, Gannon, any last words?
Yeah, Katie, had an awesome time here at Milestone Paint and Body. And Jacob, thanks for hanging with us, showing us around this awesome shop. But right now, we're going to take this Model A out for a test drive.
He sure does love his job. Well, that's a wrap for today. I'm Katie Osborne. We'll see you next time.